Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. I'm considering well because I'm having a wonderful day. Oh, and you know what? Fuck it. I know you won't. Oopsies. Whoopsies. Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. I'm considering well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 25th June 2025. It is a beautiful day outside, so let's take advantage of the beautiful day and film. Again, I am so pissed because this morning I was recording on the Shield and it didn't work. We lost 2 episodes 40 of the content, but most of all, we lost a landscape that was incredible. Okay. Don't think it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this. Oh, yeah, music. I am so sorry. We forgot to record we forgot to start the sword playthrough. So today we are tasting something cool, something good. Today we're tasting. Oh my god, let's restart. Don't make it your brain. Welcome to the show. Because we're having a wonderful day on this 25th of June 2025. It is amazing outside. I am so pissed because well, I'm getting mosquito bite, mosquito, which is no mosquito because it bites. I'm so pissed because this morning we had 2 hours and 40 of the Shield taken away from us. And it was a beautiful thing, right? And this is kind of important. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll be tasting some food. See, yesterday we went out for a party at the lakeshore, which has a lot of mosquito, and my whole body is covered. They were tasting pure protein. This is a cool product. We have 3 other flavors. We have peanut butter, we have chocolate chips, and we have oatmeal cookie. And now we're tasting pure protein birthday cake, which is amazing. Well, I'm thinking it's amazing because, see, pure protein actually is good. I'm going to tell you something right now. It's actually good. Now, why do I think it's amazing? Well, because every single company does birthday cake, right? There's so many birthday cakes out there. So the competition is steep, and this is when you know it's going to be a good product. Why? Because if the competition, everybody else has birthday cake, the company will try because they know it's popular. Now, if it stays on the shelves, it's because it's good. Pure protein, look at the design. I actually really like it. That does not make sense. Okay, let me retry. Yeah, so if every single company does one thing, then it's going to work. Now, because every single company does one thing, it's popular, right? When they're trying to do it, you'll be like, yo, let me get on that action. However, since there's so many companies that does it, if it's not good, it will not stay. There is a little bit of a description. Delicious leaf, that's fine. I got 20 grams of protein and 3 grams of sugar. 3 grams of sugar. Our pure protein birthday cake bar is your perfect on-the-go source of energy and craveable flavor. Super happy. This is so sweet because my mom, she bought me that. She saw me work out and she said, oh, how can I help my son? I'm going to send him some protein bars. That's super sweet. Usually what I do is I go in and I don't really care about how it looks, right? Because to me, the looks on the box, the design of the packaging is more important than what a petrol product looks like. But look at it. I'm gonna go in because we actually put in the effort of putting sprinkles, which I really like. What I'm looking for is a vanilla cake flavor and a kind of a frosting. pretty good. This is a birthday cake. There's so much going on. Like, new updates. What? You're saying the tower has a new update. I don't know that. I'm gonna have to check it. Well. How did it get out? So, it's good, but there's problems. And I'm getting some birthday cake flavor. It's surrounded by protein powder, so if you know the peculiar taste that it has, you know what I'm talking about? If you don't know, it has a very distinct flavor of with the protein powder. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be using the non-fat of the milk, right? It's like powdered milk without the fat. This is your protein. This is your calcium and protein. It should be good. The fucking B. Yeah, it's B. Not really B, so I don't mind. So it does taste like cake flavor. There's a little bit of frosting. One big cheat here is a sprinkle. It's going to be that taste like sprinkle, right? So this reminds you of the taste of cake. There is, let's say it like that, right? Is the closest I could get to cake flavor while staying on the subject of a protein bar. It isn't great, it isn't bad. See, with protein bar, you're always in a case of, well, I know it's going to be a specific taste, I have to expect it, right? Like protein blend, milk protein isolated, whey protein concentrated, whey protein isolated, soy protein isolated. That's what I'm talking about. It's actually really good. I actually really like the taste, considering what I just said. And yeah, you do taste the cake. I wanted it to be a bit more flavor, a bit more dessert. But when you think about it, it's kind of smart because if it tastes much like a dessert, you're gonna be craving dessert, right? And losing weight is when watching your calories. Gaining muscle mass is the amount of calories like I have. For example, I have this amount of calories per day that I'm allowed. How many proteins, how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs I'm able to get while respecting that limit of protein, of calories. So yes, it's a bit more complex than anything else, right? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, so what the heck? New updates. Baby, you fucked up. You gonna help me? 'Cause baby, I'm gonna help you. I got fucking issues. June 19th. What? New epic model can be found in your banner. Cloud save overall. Okay, cool. So it's a patch. It's not what we're thinking. It's not what we're thinking. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to the show. Considering you all having a wonderful day on this 25th June 2025. Today we're redoing a review. Today we're reviewing Sultan Farms Premium California All Natural Dry Roasted Low Salt Pistachios. Why are we redoing it? Because the first video that I did was kind of joking okay, well guess what? We're going to be doing a review of pistachio. Everybody knows what pistachio is supposed to taste like. I did a little bit of a review, like, oh my god, this rare product that you have to face. And I felt bad. Imagine being in the shoes of the people behind Shellfish Farm and seeing that, then like, the fuck is this guy in trouble, right? And I felt like, even though it's a simple product, they deserve some form of respect because they're putting themselves out there. People think about all of these $1 billion companies. You don't think about small guy. Am I saying that Southern Farm is a small guy? I don't know. But they all find that a small guy, right? So I'm going to be redoing this review as text. It's a very simple pistachio. Now, the beauty of these is they're not salted. My mom, she wanted me to lose some weight. So she gave me a lot of things that are not salted, and I don't like it. But hey, it's an addiction that we have to stop. So here you go, pistachio right away. I mean, it's actually really nice. It's actually really nice. The taste is good. There's nothing extra. The flavor is normal, right? This is what it's supposed to taste like, and this has been charmed with. Would I prefer salted? Absolutely. Absolutely love it, without a shadow of a doubt. But at the same time, I'd be thankful that we're getting pistachios. I'd be thankful that we're getting something to drink, to eat, you know? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Corn is too hot. choo choo. Choo 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 choo. Baby, you're fucked up. Choo choo. No, 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 no. I got fucking issues. Wake me up when September ends. Yeah. Okay. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to the show. We're doing more because I'm having a wonderful 25th June 2005. Let's get some coffee in me. Delicious cafe, right? World-renowned coffee, I guess. Today we're talking about how important the system is and how addicted the system is. We are, sorry. That's why I need a coffee. Your boy's a bit tired. So yeah, this morning something happened and it was really bad. What happened? What that was really bad? Well, pretty simple. A chopstick. I'm gonna be using this as a mixing apparatus, I guess. So I was filming, right? And I swear to God, this is the first time in years that this happened to me. So what happened exactly was we were filming some video like right now. Like if you were looking at my phone right now, instead of playing The Tower, which is one of my favorite games, and we're filming, right? Now, The Tower in itself. So why is the system? I guess what we haven't talked about before everything is, what is a system? The system we used to work, right? That's what I mean by system. However, as we go further in this video, which I didn't plan, we're gonna get into what is really the system, right? Because it's more than just the way we work. So what prone this video, what made me want to do this video is simply the fact that right now what we're gonna do, because I'm in a rush, I'm behind schedule. So we're gonna be taking clips that we did. I'm gonna be uploading them and uploading them and uploading them, and hopefully it's gonna go well, right? What happened exactly was I was really tired this morning. I was really tired. I swear to God, I did the recording, but it doesn't show up It doesn't show that it was an error, and it doesn't show that your recording stopped. Usually it will show that your recording stopped, right? Which is kind of crazy. So we lost 2 hours and 40 of the tower. Now, technically speaking, the tower is my favorite game. So what is the tower? The tower is this, and also this, right? It's a game that we play with 3 different devices, right? Did I have a breakthrough this morning? No, this morning was just grinding. Right now it's just grinding, right? So it didn't really matter if I lost the 2 hours and a half. And I know it's crazy to say, but you know, here's how. Here's okay. If I lost 2 hours and 40, like that, how do I know? Well, because I activated both of them at the same time, and this is 2 hours 40, so this should be 2 hours and 40. So yeah. Why does it matter? It doesn't matter. The most important part are videos like this, right? Because that every single video is different. Now the craziest thing is that in the tower, I got 1,000 hours on the tower. So even if I'm missing a couple of hours, that's not a big deal, right? Here's why it's a big deal. Here's why I'm freaking out. Because this morning, sunrise was amazing. First of all, for the next 4 days, there's no sunrise. There's no sunrise at all. This is a bit of a problem because you kind of want this sunrise, don't you? But it was more than that. See, this wasn't planned, right? So at first, it started last winter. Because, okay, so here's what happened. It started last winter where we really wanted to try for a system. So last summer, I started making a lot of videos, and I mean a lot of videos. We were making upward of 15, 20 videos a day, which is unbelievable. Now, was the quality good? Not really. I say it with bravado, as they say in French. Does it matter? Not really. My goal is to make content. My goal is not to be the best content creator out there, right? So I'm okay with being average content creator. I'm okay with that. That's the role, yeah. We're doing now, we're taking clips from Twitch and we're uploading them on both YouTube and on TikTok. Get it right, baby. So fucking good. So this summer I did a lot. Now, in October of last year, I had a depression, a burnout, if you will, and I made me question. Okay, so we cannot do as much content as we used to do. So how can we make it so we have kind of a good time, right? Now, what I'm gonna do is those pistachios are unsalted. I love pistachio, but I don't like them unsalted. So I'm gonna take out all of the pistachio out of the shells. I'm gonna be adding some spice to it. It's gonna be adobo spice. So I was in and I was like, okay, well, you know, I don't really have a lot to do at home. See, this is the problem. We always put the pistachio there. I did some because the phone was too hot. I don't know why. My brain is wired to put them there. So with not being able to do much, I became kind of worried about it. Again, a workaholic that doesn't work is a recovering workaholic. I'm not in recovery. I wanna work hard. I wanna work hard. I wanna work out. It's a point of pride for me, you know. It's something I'm really happy about. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do? So I started playing games that are AFK online. AFK. So a little bit of push, a little bit of pressing button here and there. Once you press the button, you're good, right? One of those games was Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chain. Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chain was an amazing game. However, they kind of gave up on it. Okay, well, it's back to square one. Now, last year, I lost my job. And by losing my job, my boss retired, which is beautiful because I like that guy. So I'm happy for him, you know. So I lose the job that I had. Like, okay, well, this is my chance, right? This is my chance. Now, here's the craziest part. So the system, again, oh fuck, what happened? I think it happened. We just didn't charge it. It's okay. It happens. So, but at work, I was still having this mentality of I need to work on content creation. See, my dream is content creation, right? So it's not like, oh well, you know, this job is important. This 9 to 5 is important to me. It was more about my dream, like how can I do it? And then I started being obsessed, and I was always on my phone. So my boss was like, hey, and then I'll have the phone, leave it in the office. I don't trust you. Like, fuck this. This really hurts my feeling, but this is he's the boss. If he wants to, he wants to. Now, what happened is I started looking for a game that could play FK. The game came up was The Tower, which is the game we're playing right now. And The Tower, the great thing is I can have 5, 6, 7 hours without touching this thing, right? And then I was like, holy shit, instead of playing... So, my God, last year I did my job, and because I do my job, I do 3 playthroughs. I'm like, yeah, 1 playthrough is boring, let's do 3 playthroughs. We do 1 playthrough that is normal, 1 playthrough that is shield, and 1 playthrough that is sword, which is defensive, offensive. Right? And then last year, I'm noticing that I have a hard time retaining a subscriber. And what I realized is the mistake that I made. And it was a very simple mistake. I was shooting this channel as my main channel. So half of the video were normal, half of the video were gaming. The people that were coming for gaming didn't care about me. The people that came in for me didn't care about the gaming. So we started to do a video for the gaming channel. The video for the gaming channel kind of became really hard because I was like, okay, well, I gotta do 50-50. The craziest thing is we had this problem yesterday because yesterday was my French heritage holiday, which was really cool, by the way, really cool. And I'm gonna make a video about that also. It was just so much fun. It was just so much fun. And I was put in a position where it's hard because I'm like, I miss speaking French, but yesterday I did a stream, I did a TikTok live, and out of the 15 people that came, 13 people were English, you know, I'm like, fuck, you know. So it's a bit of bad news. But at the same time, does it really matter? Not really. Because content is content, no matter the language, it's it. So then, because I actually played through, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna put this here, I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna put this here. Whenever I make content, I'm playing The Tower. But then it became so much more than that. So we created this system, subconsciously, but still created this system. And the system was, I don't really need, on paper, I don't really need to focus a lot on the gaming channel, on The Tower. The Tower being the game that it is, it's actually pretty, how can I say that? It's actually pretty, like, boring, because there's no narrative, and it's only grinding, it's grinding and grinding. It's like, take a game that, take the game that you're grinding the most, right? And then try to talk about it for 8 hours, right? Nobody else. I'm basically talking to myself for 8 hours. So I do content, right? And the content I do, arguably not great, it's still content, right? So yeah, but it's kind of crazy. Give me a sec, I have to do a little bit of something. Log in the QR code. Okay. Anyway, the phone is too hot, so it's perfect. Yeah, the phone is too hot because the sun is coming in. So this morning I was freaking out because I lost 2 hours. Why did I matter this much? Because, again, The Tower is kind of the perfect game. Because it's the gaming channel. When I'm filming those videos, you see me talking. So, because I'm filming those videos, like, hey, this is kind of cool. Because, first of all, I can hear him talking. Second of all, okay. There you go. Confirm, login.
Là, si je reçois pas ton virement d'ici 5 minutes, je vais te bloquer. Je t'en ai là. J'ai vu le New de DSXL 9 à $300. C'est vraiment très bon. Ça vaut $1000.
It's the gaming channel. Shut the fuck up. I hate TikTok because it's always so loud. But I need TikTok because I produce a lot of content. So yeah, so it was kind of crazy that it happened. Because subconsciously speaking, I was like, holy shit, I'm playing The Tower 6 hours a day, and 4 of those hours, I'm talking, right? So it's a great content, it's a great segue, it's a great bridge between the 2 channels, right? So this morning, I was pissed, because I wasn't gonna get the sunrise, but I wasn't gonna get the content, right? And I was really pissed. And then, like I said, it shouldn't matter that much, because we made content. We've been making content for 4 years. So even if I lose one video, it's not that big of a deal, right? So why did it bother me so much? Because we're slaves to the system, right? You're 9 to 5. You're 9 to 5. It's tough to say, but we're so ingrained into a system. We're so taught about the system. So the first system that you find in life is what? The school system. You're right. Right? Some people will say the family system, but the family system is too diverse. So why am I talking about it like that? Well, because technically speaking, you have a system and it's kind of akin, right? Most people, a majority of people, even if it's 61%, I don't care, they're gonna have a similar or somewhat similar experience in school, right? No matter where they're from, they're gonna have where you sit down on a desk, there's a teacher in the front of the class, right? And there's a textbook, and you have stuff to learn. Doesn't matter what stuff you learn, it's still the same process of learning shit, right? So you're in a system, and then the system prepares you for the system of work. And they tell you, hey, this is important because you need to work. They tell you this is important because it's gonna get money in the future, and money is the root of life. If you don't get money, you can't survive, right? So this is what's happened to the system. The system is, again, it's, well, preparing yourself for the rest of your life. That's why you see people on retirement. They have such a hard time, they're so bored because their whole life was spent following the system. Now they're getting freedom. See? And with the freedom, they don't know what to do. So now we're talking about something else. We're talking about 3 things actually. A drain shackles where you're stuck in a routine that you have to follow, otherwise it's weird. We're talking about financial shackle where you're told that if you don't work, you're not going to be able to survive. And you're stuck into a time shackle where even though you have 24 hours a day and it's going so fast, when you have a day off, you don't really know what to do. You know when you lose your job? I'm sure it happened to every single person watching this video. The first 2 weeks, you're like, oh my god, it'll be a nice vacation. And if you're lucky, a month passed by and you're still, oh my god, what a nice vacation. But then you're like, okay, well, I'm kind of bored, right? And there's a phenomenon which is the gray head. The gray head is a bunch of people from the retirement that start off work. Most of these are going to do a temporary job, right? And they'll say, oh, it's for money. But the money they make, for example, right? Somebody that has no income will make a certain amount of money, and then they'll say, well, if you did this income, right, they'll take away from that money. Let's say the government gives you $100 per month, per week, let's say per week, and you work a couple of days that week. They say, well, let's take your pay and we're gonna take it out of your 100 because you're allowed to have 100 per week, right? Now you have more. It's a great thing, but you lose some. I'm not sure if most people that are retired, that are taking a retirement fund, make less money with the job or make that much. I'm not sure if it's worth it. That's what I'm trying to say. My dad often talks about how bored he is, right? My mom, who is 67, is still working. Doesn't need to work, but she wants to work. You know? So there's this system engraved. But now, with the freedom that content creation gave me, it was crazy because I was like, this system this morning kind of fucked me over. Not in the way of I'm not able to watch what I'm doing, not in the way of I'm not able to enjoy what I'm doing. See, as weird as I say, and I'm gonna say it's super weird, right? I'm watching this show. I was watching this show, Trailer Park Boys, which is, if you know me, you know that's one of my favorite shows. And there is this very, very, very good moment. There's this character who's an alcoholic. What you're saying? Oh, don't talk about that. He's an alcoholic. And there's another character that's an alcoholic also. Now, the difference between those two is one of them is a functioning alcoholic, the other one is a non-functioning alcoholic. So then, at the end, the non-functioning alcoholic realized that if you maintain a balance, he can do most of the things that he's supposed to do. Right? He says, and I quote, I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy what I'm doing. And to me, it was like almost like a wake-up call. Because yes, it's a system of drinking, and I don't drink, but it's also a system of belief, right? I have a job, right, and that job is 40 hours a week, right? And I'm like, well, as long as it's 40 hours a week, I still have all of those time off, right? And that job, well, I'm working 8 hours a day, but I still have 8 hours to relax, and I still have 8 hours to sleep, right? Technically speaking, 24 hours in a day, it will make sense, right? Technically not. Why? Now, here's the important part. This is the interesting part. It doesn't really work like that, because whenever you have to do something, you take away from that relaxation period. You take away from that time where you were supposed to relax, which is supposed to be a blessing, right? You take it away from that time, you're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Again, what is X, Y, Z? It doesn't really matter what X, Y, Z is, as long as you're able to have enjoyable time, right? But what if that X, Y, Z became, there you go, but then you had to do, oh, well, the kid, they have to go to school. Or the kid, they have soccer practice. The kids, they have musical practice. The kid has rehearsal, right? And I have to take them there. If you tell your boss, not on my time, you're gonna say, oh, not on my time, right? It's a system of, on your time, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But now you don't have 8 hours, right? And you know that if you sacrifice and sleep too much, there's gonna be consequences. At the same time, people are gonna say, why are you complaining? You have 16 hours per day, right? Because, dude, out of those 16 hours, how many hours can I do what I want? So what's the plan? To lower your work rate? No, because then you'll become lazy. Then you'll have less money. And because you have less money, you'll have freedom. See, there's 3 types of freedom. Mental freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. Then we just talk about 3 types of shackles. 3 types of freedom, right? Kind of weird when you think about it, right? Now, helicopter. For some reason, I like some helicopters. It's crazy. When you really think about it, it's crazy because you're embracing the shackles. They're normal to you, right? When you go to work, right, and your baby, your human baby, some of them will say your cats or your dog will also do that. They'll get sad and say, hey, stay. And you say, well, I want to stay, but I have to go work because I need to put food on the table. Kid doesn't understand that. Kid doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. He doesn't have a single clue what you're talking about. Right? However, this is really important. This is really, really, really important. Why? Because of a couple of reasons. There you go. How many kids do we have? That one? I didn't check. Because you tell him, I have to work. Hopefully thinking that the kid will think that it's normal to work. Right? What about part of the system? About a system that society fails. So talk about this, how we're all like a beehive. And we all are piecework, right? When we gather, we need people pick up the trash. We need a plumber, we need an electrician, we need all type of people in the world, right? You'll see an abandoned building. And the first thing you'll see is the nature taking over, right? And you'll see how quickly it's gonna become like a abandoned house. You're gonna see the effect of time, right? We're looking at post-apocalyptic, we're looking at Last of Us. Nature will take over. Nature used to be taking over, but as human beings, we're like, no way. I want us to be the king of this world. So where am I going with this? Because it's a bit confusing, right? I thought that by making content, I was my own boss, right? That by making content, I had this freedom, right? This financial freedom. I got money in the bank. We're good. We're not good for a long time though. This time freedom. Well, even if I worked, I'm enjoying myself. So instead of working 8 hours a day, I can work 16 hours a day. I can take a break. I'm my own boss. This is time freedom, right? So then you realize I don't have shackles. And I create myself shackled because I'm forcing myself to do all those work, right? Here I am with 5 playthrough, 5 things filming. Here I am with doing clips, making pistachios, right? All this for what? All this because no matter what, I'm a victim of the system. It was taught to me when I was a young kid, the system. It was taught to me in school that the system is taking over. Not taking over, but the system is predominant, right? And all of these cases are a system. We can't avoid the system. I thought about 3 shackles, right? What I didn't mention is the mental shackles. The mental shackles are the most present. They're the strongest of the shackles. So what are the mental shackles? Well, that's super easy. The mental shackles are the fact that if I don't follow a system, doesn't matter what it is, I'm uncomfortable. If I don't follow a system, no matter what it is, this feels weird to me. The new normal to me has becoming following some type of system A, B, or C. And this is where this is fucking you over. It's not fucking you over because you have the belief that if I follow the system, nothing will go well. Because it's ingrained in you, right? And this is the most beautiful part. You'll see in dictatorship, what they'll do is, they'll dictatorship the parents. Now the parents will have the belief, and the belief will be transferred to the students, and to the kids. And then the kids will transfer the belief to their kids. And then you don't realize that you don't remember that these were dictatorship. You don't remember the hard time. Communism was a period where you were encouraged to have a lot of children. And the system, as kids, of communism was a normal system. So those people grew up, and they still want the communism. People that have followed communism at a very young age will want communism because this is normal to them. And they don't know capitalism, they don't know socialism, right? And then they'll follow us. Imagine if I tell you, you're from America, you're from Canada. If I tell you tomorrow, fuck capitalism, we're doing communism. A bunch of people wouldn't know what to do. Right? It's a system that is taught to you. Not by the government, not by oppression, but by people that you love with your parents, right? Or about your friends, your neighbors, your city. This is where it gets crazy. The first generation will suffer a righteous push. So, okay, well, you have to follow these rules, and if you don't follow these rules, I'll get you. Right? Then the second will be like, well, this is normal. And the third, you don't even need to control them because it's ingrained in their mind. Talk about French Canadian a lot, and farmers, right? And it's a lot of work, right? They have freedom that we don't have. When is the last time one of your ancestors, of your generation, your father, your grandma, your grandparents, had a job or didn't have a job? Now, why is that important? It's because, well, I don't have time anymore. I'm at 5% batteries. But it's important. Think about it. When was the last time one of your family member, one of your ancestors had freedom? You're enslaved. It's really normal because your parents were enslaved, and your grandparents were enslaved, and your great grandparents were enslaved. The system of enslavement is a normal process, and we are victim of it. Is that a good thing? I think so. I think so. I think so. Now, what you say? How can it be a hard thing? Well, it's kind of complex. With each sheep will follow a shepherd, right? They'll follow a shepherd. You can say that shepherd is the sheep, right? However, with the sheep, we follow the shepherd. Go against us. The sheep don't part of the farm. They have no more than defense. They'll get kidnapped. Understand that? Understand that? The system of Okay, I have to go in. My battery is dead.